All right, welcome to Mendel Center Connections. I'm Grace Kelmer, and we are here with our latest episode with Amy Zapal from St. Joe today. And just like we do on every episode, we're here just to talk about what's going on in Southwest Michigan and what's happening during this time and what we have to look forward to. So thank you so much for joining me today from your home, I presume.
Yes. It's nice to be with you.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm well, and you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Hanging in there and
Good.
trying to stay busy. So.
Yeah, right. It's hard to do right now, but there's lots to do, and it's just a new world of opportunities, I guess, of different opportunities.
It is, yeah. I'm just happy to still have a job in this moment when I know so many people don't right now, and I think we're looking for ways to stay busy and productive at home and sane, and also just remember that things are going to happen again at some point. And with St. Joe today, I mean, so much of what you do deals with gatherings and coming together and all of that. I mean, how are you? What's going on right now with St. Joe today?
Well, St. Joe today is working. We're all working remotely. So even, most of, you're absolutely right that everything we do, 98% of it is about gathering. It's about people getting together and, experiencing our community, experiencing different aspects of our community. And so as a group, as a team, St. Joe today works incredibly collaboratively. So even the fact that we're all just doing daily huddles virtually is still, I think we're all a little bit anxious to get back together and sit down and have some more brainstorming conversations and sessions. But what we're doing right now is really trying to focus on what our members are doing, what those virtual opportunities, whether it's the Go site is doing virtual cabarets pretty regularly on Fridays. The Livery is doing FERC Yeah for Fridays, so they're opening a Firkin every Friday at 5:15. Just those sorts of things that we're really trying to highlight. One of the things about our community that has always inspired me is how creative and how willing they are to serve the public. Mm-hmm. So the speed with which our local businesses have shifted and found a creative way and found a different way to serve the public and serve their customer base is pretty amazing to me. So we're just trying to feature that and highlight that so everybody knows where they can go for some fun, whether it's through a computer or picking up beer or a pizza to go, whatever it might be.
Yeah, that's great. I was just looking through your Facebook page a little while ago, and it's just post after post of ways that local businesses are reinventing themselves a little bit in this time. That's so cool. And St. Joe today is a really great place to find all of those individual things if you're not already aware. And maybe you'll even get connected with something that you didn't know existed before, and now you'll learn about it in this time.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. That would be great. And as an organization, we always love when people come to our events, and that is it's a goal for us. But those people don't come to our events to come to our events. Our purpose is to attract people into our community who then invest in our community, whether it's buying an ice cream cone or buying a business or buying a home or going to dinner, whatever it might be. That is really the purpose for St. Joe today, and I'm really proud of that. It's awfully hard to do that virtually, but again, I'm so proud of our members and our community for just finding ways to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And what are you looking forward to most? Well, I know we don't really know when we'll be back in person, but what's in the pipeline that's got you excited right now?
Well, there's, the weekly events that we do, like Farmers Market and the concerts that are downtown in St. Joe are, to me, they're regular reminders. It's like going to the beach in the summer. It's just a regular reminder that it is, what I think of as my best season or my favorite season anyway. So I miss those. I'm really looking forward to Chalk the Block in August. It's one of our, as a staff, as a team, it's our favorite event. we love them all, but that has a special place in our hearts. So reconnecting with those traveling artists, our local artists who really make that an incredibly, it's almost visceral. There's so many, the chalk is there, the art is there, the artists are talking, they're creating that art, in the middle of a broad street. It's a really great, I'm missing that, and I can't wait for that to happen. I think life will feel normal to me again.
Mm-hmm. How long has that event been going on?
I don't know, like a million years or something.
Okay. I've been here, I think 6 years, and it's always been there, but I'm still trying to make that gauge for myself of, putting together that history of the community. It's still coming together in pieces for me as someone who's not local to the area, but it's such a fun event.
I think it's like 20 something years. It started out as a much smaller, less media event, I guess. It was just much more simple. And now St. Joe Today, with the support of community and sponsors, has been able to really grow that event into something quite remarkable.
Is it newer in the history that it's been attracting artists from out of town and out of the area?
Yeah. And that's it. The nice thing about that, that's really when we started to change things and make it a more complex event. But the great thing is about inviting those traveling artists, those professional artists who live elsewhere and come into our community, to see them reconnect with local artists, and then even hear about some of our local artists going to different chalk events where these artists also, so that exchange, that to me is, the essence of art, the essence of tourism is that exchange, that human exchange where people get to know each other a little bit better and then share what they do and what they make, and hopefully make the world better.
That's so awesome. I love that they come in and then it ends up, as you travel to a different art fair or whatever type of event that is, then you end up you're adding yourself to that community, and then it builds that way. Do we have unrelated, but with the ice sculpting competition, do we have any local carvers, or we do? Okay.
We do. And it's funny, one of them is he is not only an ice carver, but he's also a chalk artist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I think 2 years ago, his wife, who's also an artist, a chalk artist, won at Chalk the Block, and then won a trip to go to another chalk fest in Florida, 6 months later, which was really great. And it's funny, this year, in 2020, at Magical Ice Fest, his Becky Bloss, who is the name of this woman, she was learning how to ice carve, which is really, really cool. Just to know that she's creating new things and expanding her talents, and hopefully St. Joe Today is part of that. So
that is so neat. Yeah. So we would normally be coming right up on the Barbecue Blues and Bluegrass event, which unfortunately is not going to happen on schedule. Right. Do you know what the plans are for that already?
Yes, we have rescheduled it for October 3rd, which is a Saturday later in the year, of course. And, that event is something that's so important. It's an 8-hour music fest. It's incredibly complex. There's 5 different bands, there's vendors, there's a pretty massive stage, there's a massive sound investment in sound quality and sound production. So the decision to reschedule that was absolutely needed and necessary, but it still broke our hearts a little bit. So we're just moving on, as we are with everything that we do, with the intention that it goes exactly as we were going to, do it, whether it's Farmers Market or Barbecue Blues and Bluegrass or Luminary Fest or any of the concerts or Chalk the Block. We are moving forward with the intention that unless we hear otherwise, we are moving forward as planned. Mm-hmm. So I can't wait for barbecue. It's I hope that it is as successful in October as it is in May.
Mm-hmm. I just saw that one of the performers for that concert is doing some live streaming things, that if people are sad to miss them in person, they can at least stay in touch remotely.
Yeah. Yep. It's a band called Dust Bowl Revival. And again, this is, it's not just our community. Everyone, and not just in the States, but all around the world, people are finding different ways to connect and different ways to to make that human connection. So Dust Bowl Revival is one of the bands that will be there again in October. They were supposed to be here in May, but they were able to reschedule. So they reached out and said, hey, will you help us do this virtual concerts? And they're great. They're super fun. So we were really happy to do that.
That's awesome. I will be checking that out for sure. That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
So then people can find information about you, Facebook and your website right now. Are those the best places to go?
Yes, absolutely. stjoetoday.com. Get on Facebook and do the In and Around St. Joe, St. Joseph Today. There's a couple different pages. The easiest thing to do is, go on our website, and there's a listing of who's doing what. And Facebook does it too. Also on Facebook, I've got to give a shout out to Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. They've done a great job with creating something called a page called Buy Local Burying. And it's monstrous to manage that because of things are changing so quickly. But it is the closest we can get to a comprehensive list of businesses who are still open, who are doing different things and how they're doing it, and links to their website and their information. So check us out and check that Buy Local Burying page out too.
Okay, great. And then is there anything that people can do to support St. Joe Today right now? Are you?
Yeah, we're, again, St. Joe Today, it's so funny because we are really a support organization. Our whole mission is to drive people into our community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just St. Joe, that's Baroda and Benton Harbor and Stevensville and all of the areas around us, because we are, we're better together. We sink or float together. So it would be great to have anyone support in the form of supporting our local businesses. That is really the best thing I can ask anyone to do is take the time to do a little online shopping, to buy a gift card, to get dinner to go, which right now dinner is like, I can't come up with any more dinners. Really, I'm tapped out on the menu planning. So do yourself a favor and get beer and a pizza to go, grab some wine from a local winery. Those products and those businesses are just as great and just as important to us as they were a couple months ago, and they will continue to be. They are really the lifeline and the backbone of our community.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you for everything you're doing to help keep those local businesses, having some business come in and keeping people with some ideas of things to do from home. So
yep, we're happy to do it. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, people are still emailing us and saying, hey, we're going to come in May. What can we do? Are there restaurants doing carry out still? Are the beaches open? So people still want to come here. We are we're exactly the same as we were and will be again, with just a couple changes.
And luckily walking around outside is still an okay thing to do. As the weather gets better, go out, explore, have fun in the various downtowns and beaches. And
I'm going to take my kids for a field trip today to Surrett Nature Center, just because we all have to get out of here. Packing lunch, we'll sit on a bench away from each other and get some fresh air. So hopefully everybody does that.
Very good. Well, thanks again for talking to me, Amy.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to see you again soon sometime.
That's great. Take care.
All right. Thank you. You as well.